Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the 30-Day Summit behind-the-scenes interview with John Lee Dumas from Entrepreneurs on Fire. My name is Bailey Richard, and in this video, he's going to be walking us through a behind-the-scenes look at one of his 2 Comma Club funnels. So, John, why don't you take it away?
Well, thanks, Bailey. Yeah, here we are in ClickFunnels, the back end, and I'm going to be walking you through my free podcastcourse.com funnel. And the reason for a free podcast course funnel is going to give you guys a little background on this is I realized that my paid community, Podcasters Paradise, was going to benefit with warmer leads. So I said, how can I make some warmer leads? And I knew that if I could give people some incredible value in the world of podcasting first, so they could know, like, and trust the fact that I was a podcast authority that delivered great value in a modular training type environment, that would really help. So I created a free podcast course to just have an absolute simple barrier, no barrier entry, so to speak, for people to get into this completely free training. Get excited about podcasting, see that it wasn't so hard, see that, I was able to teach in a very straightforward and educational and informative and valuable manner, and then get them excited about taking the next step. The next step for them in this funnel is to join me on one of my bi-weekly masterclasses, where I give a free masterclass on how to create, grow, and monetize your podcast. And then on that actual webinar at the end, I pitch Podcasters Paradise and why you should join the #1 podcast community in the world. And we are able to organically fill that webinar every other week when we host it live through this funnel, because I'm able to get so many people subscribing on a daily basis to this free podcast course, because it's an irresistible offer for people that are interested about podcasting, because it's free, that I'm able to continuously do that without having to run, crazy dollars and cents and ads, et cetera, and influencers, whatever that might be. So when you're here in the back end of ClickFunnels, you can see that I have my opt-in, and the opt-in is just a very simple ClickFunnels page at the very top of the funnel, which just gives people to log in right here with their email address, join free podcast course. And it's obviously about how I'm going to guide you through creating and launching your podcast. And we have some testimonials, et cetera, and just some final calls to action down there. And then you kind of go down this process. I'm using opportunities to promote maybe other things, because now that people are already in, they're going to come to my thank you page here. And my thank you page is like, success, your welcome emails on the way, and thank you for joining the free podcast course. And oh, by the way, I have a podcast journal, which is a physical journal that will take you from idea to launch in 50 days. So I know you probably do want this like really awesome free course that you're going to get. The email's already on the way, but it's all virtual. If you're somebody that wants something like physical in your hand, this podcast journal, we'll mail it to your doorstep. It's of incredible value. And every day for 50 days, we'll take you from idea to launch. And so we make sales on our success page from that, for the podcast journal, from people signing to a free course. And then, of course, we kind of go down the process, and, we have the explainer, which I'll load that page real quick. And that explainer is just, letting people know exactly what Podcasters Paradise is, so that as they're going through this free course, they're able to understand what, the bigger picture is that, yeah, this free course is going to get you to, is going to get you where you need to be for what it promises it's going to do. But for those people that really want to crush it when it comes to podcasting, like, we do have something more for you. So just kind of planting that seed right there. And I think that seed is an important thing. And then, of course, we go down, and now we have, as you can see, all the different modules that we have, all the way down to module 10. And so there's actually about 15 in total, because you can see there's like a 4, 4A, 4B, 7A, 9, 9A. So there's probably about 14 or 15 total of these, where when you get to the ClickFunnels page, it's going to be exactly what that is. It's how to curate your content. It's this example one. And it just tells you exactly what it is. You press the play button. But one thing that I've done really cool here that I think has really helped as well to grow this course organically is that, as I say, listen, you get each video emailed to you every single day, but it's over 15 days. So it takes you 15 days to get all the content. But, by day 1, or sorry, by day, like say like 4 or 5, people might be like, well, I have a whole day today. Like I kind of want all these videos. And as you can see right here, there's actually a total of 23 videos in free podcast course. And I'm saying you can gain access to all 23 videos in just one place. All you need to do is just email us right here to find out how. And when they email my virtual assistant there, and they say, hey, I'm looking to get all 23 videos in one place. How do I do that? My virtual assistant replies with a graphic and sample copy for them to use to post on their Facebook page or Instagram page, where they will actually be promoting free podcast course. So I said, hey, I will give you all 23 at once, but in return, I want you to promote this free course on your social media. You don't have to do it. You can just keep waiting every single day and getting a new course. Or if you want it all right now, this is what you got to do. So here's the process to do it. Take a screenshot, reply to this email with the screenshot, and we'll get you to the place where you can get all 23 video tutorials in one place. And so this is the entire free podcast course, all the way from the opt-in to thank you page down to the explainer, and then all the way down through the different pages that we use within ClickFunnels to actually deliver that content and to display that content for the people that are going through. So Bailey, at this time, is there anything else you kind of want to go in with what this funnel looks like?
So I just have a couple of follow-up questions. So every single day, somebody is going to be receiving an email with a link to one of the landing pages with the videos on it, correct?
Yes.
Okay, great. And so then could you just recap for me how it is that you are using this course to then fill your webinar? Did they get the invite to the webinar when they're done with the entire 23 video program?
Good question. So every single day over the course of these like 14 or 15 days that are getting these emails delivered to them, which is saying, hey, the next course is this, click on the link here. And that link brings them to one of these ClickFunnels pages where they can actually, consume that specific day's content. Below that video says other opportunities in podcasting. And so every single video email that goes out has this section below that says other podcasting opportunities. And one of those opportunities is the podcast journal, which we said in the thank you page. And then another one is the free podcast masterclass. So I'll say, hey, listen, every other, week, so it's actually basically every other Thursday, I'm hosting a completely free live masterclass. Click here to sign up for the next one. And so every single email that they get has a call to action below the image of the training in the email so that they can sign up there. And then at the end of the entire course, they will then get another email that says, hey, if you haven't been to one of our master classes yet, this is your call to action. You've completed this course. Take the next step. Sign up for our master class. You'll learn so much. And then an email after that will just be a straight pitch to Podcaster's Paradise, just saying, hey, you've taken the full course. You've had the opportunity to sign up and attend a masterclass. Hopefully you've done all of the above. You're ready for Podcaster's Paradise now. Click here to learn more about that. And that will take them to another ClickFunnels page, which is, essentially like our sales page for Podcaster's Paradise.
Mm-hmm. That makes a ton of sense. And I think one of the earlier questions I was going to ask, but I think that you kind of answered it, was, why wouldn't you just put all of these videos in a membership area for somebody to work through? And you clarified that with this whole idea of, well, if you want to get access all at once, email us, and then you'll have to share it on social. So you get a little bit of that, viral, sharing going on. So that makes a lot of sense. One of the final questions I have, though, is, how did you decide upon, a 14-day program? Did you design it as 14 days from the start? Did you start maybe with 21 and then scale it back after looking at your stats and realizing, people were only sticking with it for 14 days? How did that kind of come about?
Yeah, so I've now done 5 of these free courses. I've done one on obviously podcasting, one on webinars, a free podcast on goals, a free course on goals, a free course on productivity, a free course on funnels. And every single one of these, I've just scoped out the actual modules and what they should be to make it an incredibly valuable and complete course, because I want to deliver the full value on that. So 14 was just what it ended up being for podcasting. To create, grow, and monetize your podcast, I needed 14 videos to train people on these independent topics. For our webinar course, there's only three modules total. On our goals course, it was 5. So everyone was different. It was just as long as it needed to be. So I just sketched out what I wanted to deliver value-wise, broke them out into their independent modules, and delivered it in that format.
Okay. One final question. So you said over here on the left, when I'm looking at the steps of your funnel, you're doing a little bit of split testing, I guess you could call it, trying out some different videos. How is that handled, considering that in the emails, the links, have to be manually written into the email? How are you testing the different pages?
So no, these aren't actually split tests. This would be the first video in the email. This would be the second one. This would be the third. So for whatever reason, like if this was like equipment, I might need 3 different links in the email for 3 different video tutorials. So I didn't just have like this one 30-minute video. Instead, I broke it up into 3 10-minute videos. And that's kind of why there's 3 different ones. So these will all go to different pages.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense. Thanks for that clarification. Fantastic. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with us about this funnel, just, to wrap it up?
I think the biggest thing that I've learned from doing things like this and with this funnel is you need to have people really finishing the funnel feeling like they got a legitimate win. I've seen a lot of funnels that are all fluff and people walk away kind of with that taste in their mouth, like, there was a big promise at the beginning and then I got fluff, and then this big pitch at the end of what I thought I was getting by signing up for this free course. And that's just not going to do well. So I've always found the more complete the training and the value that I can give within these funnels, the more successful they are to convert, because now you've built trust. And people are like, wow, if John's giving this away for free, what is he going to give behind, Podcaster's Paradise or behind, fill in the blank?
Absolutely. John, thanks so much for being willing to take us behind the scenes and to really give us so much insight into how your free podcast course works. I know that there's a ton of people out there who are definitely going to want to model this, so we do appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate it, Bailey. It was a blast hanging out as always, and hope people take this and run.
Absolutely. I'm sure they will. Remember, everyone, if you're interested in learning more about John Lee Dumas and his work, check out his podcast at entrepreneursonfire.eofire.com.